me closer. If I slip, stay near. I don't need the whole horizon, just your breathing in my ear. GTA 6. GTA 6. GTA 6.
Is nearly gone, but somewhere deep inside my chest, I keep a light that never rests. Close my eyes and breathe it slow. Let the night just let me go. Dreaming slow. Dreaming slow. Dreaming slow. Dreaming slow. I found a coin, I made a wish, not for gold but something bliss. A little laugh, a hand to hold, a story new that won't grow old. Close my eyes and breathe it slow. Let the night just let me go. Dreaming slow. Dreaming slow.
All right, Chad, are we good?
Moonlight hears what no one knows.
Audio good now?
Dreams are seeds and stars will grow.
Yeah, perfect. Dude, for some reason, OBS just randomly cancels sources, and you got to notice it before stream or else you're cooked. What up, Aidens? What up, Mudbug? What up, Anth? AJ, Bass, Slightly Toasted, Miguel, Corey, Hitch. How y'all doing? How we doing? I'm doing good. I mean, I'm in a similar situation of, who said it? Mudbutt over there, where I kind of just want us to get out of this daily range. It's not bad if you're patient. It just, I'm not getting a lot of like follow through in general for stuff that I'm looking for. And I love trading with the trend. I mean, you get some trends intraday like this during New York, but I didn't end up trading. What up, Victoria? What up, Hitch? How'd you guys do today? I know Victoria probably caught some shorts. I already know that's probably a given. Let me see if these are working. Okay, now all of a sudden Streamlabs working. Got it. Probably just doesn't work while I'm not actively live yet, because it wasn't working earlier. What up, Ron? How you doing? Caught QQ shorts for over 100%. Hell yeah, Victoria. I already know if there's some type of short, you're likely catching it. You guys will notice the P&L box looks a little different today. I'm on Trade C with some accounts. Because just based off where we closed, with us being this as the prior 2 4-hour candles, I'm not looking to go crazy risk. I'll go crazy risk on an eval without a problem, but I'm not looking to go super heavy personal risk. Especially with tomorrow OPEX, that's what the 4-hour kind of looks like. Daily's kind of shit, still in the range. So just reducing risk into the end of the week for me. What up, Rev? Oil spiked his AM before like 8 a.m. Hell yeah. What up, Dev? Yeah, I agree, Victoria. And it's just, especially right now, there's opportunities everywhere in this market. What up, Adam? What's happening? How's the day? I don't know if you looked at the day, but pretty aggressive pullback. Big key was the failure over yesterday's highs on the indices last night, which we ended up getting that little rally into 630s, which I did catch late last night. It was like an hour and 10 minutes after stream, somewhere around there. I caught the initial rally on this to pass that eval. Because obviously you guys knew I needed $800. Was down to at the end of stream because we had the one trade go up, then back down. Risked 300 on this, and then ended up getting just over 1,000, which capped it out. Does DRAM look good? Look good for what, brother? This chart also looks miserable to trade if you're swing trading it. I'll tell you that right out the gate. It looks like a miserable to swing trade. I don't even know what I want to say about this chart because it just doesn't have that clean of a daily structure, if that's what you're looking at. Zay, did you short it? Looking for a short, right? Broader structure, yeah. I mean, we're still, you got to remember too, this is the broader chart. Obviously, the hourly right now is in more of a downtrend. We're retesting this little support area. This is the daily. I'm open to whatever way this session wants to go. I truly do not care. Is the market structurally more bearish at the moment? Yes, but we're trading this little 2-hour session. Whatever way the market wants to go, I'm willing to take steps. I'm not overly married to any type of direction at this time. Does it look weaker below the open, below this like 65, 66 area? Yeah, 100%. If we maintain below that, this chart is definitely weak. Do you trade gold? Not often, YT. Omar, options, brother. Just options. What up, Jose? You're short one? Hell yeah. Hate this range is big, frustrating. It's just a big shift from the market, which is, it feels so dumb because it's what we wanted for a long time. At least what I've been talking about is just an unfavorable range, and we are heavily stuck in it. Eventually we'll get out of it, but it's going to be a minute. Chat, we do have giveaway today as well. I think we have a 25K Lucid account. So not traded by today because you guys burned through all those codes. But we got Lucid on board. So since it's Thursday, we'll lower the number. Morning, SO. How you doing? Is it me or are we at the bottom of the trend line? To be frank, what time frame you looking at? You looking at something like this? Maybe? I don't know exactly unless you're looking at something like this. Is that what you're looking at? Because if so, yeah. But just because we're down there testing it doesn't mean I want to immediately long it. I want to win the Lucid account. Well, hope you win, Dev. Yeah, I mean, if we hold it, yeah, structurally, it can make sense for sure. Because we're still in a broader daily range. The only thing that would kind of suck is if we just sat within a daily inside bar, because obviously today is a pretty hefty range from 630 to 540s. So we have like a 90-point range on ES. We do have more bearish pressure right now. If we head back down into like 550s, that would not shock me at all. Especially with how NQ looks. NQ looks horrible. And then if we do look at the other indices on the daily at the moment, YM ended up failing the highs yesterday, so not overly interested, right? We wanted to see if we get a big break over 53.1s. Couldn't get it. Big rejection back lower. Until we're over that, I'm not really interested in longs on it. If we end up getting below like 52.6s, shorts could start to play out towards this low. RTY, big daily failure, but a nice lower wick on the candle, just leaving us within the range. Trying to determine if it wants a daily lower high or a daily higher low. And that's basically what the entire market's doing other than NQ. NQ is the only one that is currently making new like short-term lows within the past week. Are we shorting gold tonight? W haircut. Pram, I didn't. This is how my hair, this is like 3 weeks old haircut. That's just how well my head holds a fade. Got caught up in the long just now. Got out mid-trade because I see the potential can go lower. Yeah, that's fair. Tradevate down, can't log in. I'm currently not logged into it. I'll try real quick. What a day to pick trade C, though. You staying on until Trump talks in 3 hours? Probably fucking not, dude. The one thing I will say is after this stream, I probably won't be trading the rest of the week. Maybe tonight, like the Asia session, but I have no interest in trading tomorrow. What up, Finch? I just realized I did that on the wrong screen and I almost leaked a bunch of passwords. That could have been bad. I'm so scared of risk now. I'm dropping to 1MNQ. Tell me it's okay to only make 50 bucks a day. Hitch, I mean, it's okay to only make 50 bucks a day, but why are you scared of risk? Why not trading tomorrow? Size, just the way the week's been with the daily consolidation, I don't have a lot of interest. This is the current weekly structure. I don't expect anything crazy to happen tomorrow. Do I think there will be setups and trades? Yeah. But for me, looking at this overall structure, I don't really have much interest. Unless I open up the charts and the 4 hour just screams that I need to be in something because it has really big potential, then I likely will not trade New York and I won't even be interested. I'll be around for Jake's stream most likely, but outside of that, probably not. I just don't see anything that's overly appealing to me. Pram, it's a part of it, brother. It is. You still hit the achievement, so proud of you for that. Long right now, Guan, I'm looking at that. Just to trade it back up to the open, maybe even high of day. Like I said, today for me is just all eval. Which I know I did that yesterday as well. But some days it'd be like that. W login info, dude, that would have been ass. I'd have to go in and change everything. For mainly just my trading accounts. Yesterday, TradeC didn't work, and today it's Tradebate. Interesting. I didn't even know TradeC was down yesterday. Historically, Fridays are bad, full of traps. Miguel, it's more so that it's OPEX for me, right? Third Friday of the month, OPEX, you have options expiration. Usually you get some nice moves throughout it, but it can be very trappy. What are you gonna have for dinner tonight? I don't know, dude. I genuinely don't know. I gotta see what I got. Probably beef. Beef and rice. Keeping it classy. Damn good head fade genetics. Thanks. All right, let me go to, I'm going to change my scenes real quick. So I flip the mics on them. So that way they work. All right, there we go. Just in case I flip scenes later on so I don't get screwed over. What up, Most Fab? How you doing? W Gym Bro meal? Dude, that's like all I eat. Is just some type of protein, some type of carb. Usually I do not care. Whatever's easiest to cook at the time. But how'd you guys do today, chat? Appreciate you, 2B. What up, Seven? How you doing? Flat today. Makes sense. Unless you caught like the initial short or anticipated a larger short move. It makes sense. Missed it, was late getting the charts. I was late as well. I wasn't able to get to the charts early this morning, so I showed up at like 10:30ish, I think it was. My PC is updating the Windows. As I see, I will be offline today. How long does your PC take to update the Windows? What up, Warlord? How you doing? Was up almost 700, went to P, and now it's break even. Yeah. Yeah. That's how this market be right now. As unfortunate as it is. I saw you guys did well making Jake absolutely yeet an eval. I mean, 10 contracts is clinically insane, but it worked. Yeah, Warlord, I'm probably going to end stream at the normal time. I mean, obviously, depending on what the overall market and chat's doing as a whole, I don't mind staying on a little longer. But if Trump's yapping, not overly interested. What up, XP? Got stopped out hard on my NQ. Yeah, I don't fucking doubt it, brother. We're only 260 points below your entry. I mean, you had a hell of a ride. Yeah, market's tweaking. Market's not ready to go anywhere yet. Something will send it. Chat, by the way. Did you guys see the Trump media thing? Because if that's not like insider trading, I don't know what is. It's the craziest thing in the world. And I love how right now the IDK we're in a range is winning the entire poll. Sounds about right. But there was a post sent with the Trump media thing. There was a post sent. I think someone also sent it in the Discord. Yeah. Trump media to sell faster access to President Trump's Truth Social posts, which will let traders and investors pay for real-time feed of the posts. If that is true, that is diabolical. To get early access to the president's tweets. That way you have more inside information on the market. Like, that is just diabolical. Today, PA was very bad. Lost 2 flex fundeds after making 1K each. I hate this PA. Warlord, when we're in markets like this, what I either do is be very patient, maybe use a little decent risk or sizing for a quicker trade, or just don't have super high expectations of continuation and size down. And that's the biggest thing that helps me the most. Now, mind you, on stream, I have traded like fucking shit this past week and a half. It is what it is. The problem is, been doing great outside of it for the most part. But this overall, like, first couple hours just has not been my favorite. Mainly because we just haven't gotten like a super steady trend. Today, we're kind of getting this slow grind down, but we'll see if we get continuation or not. Rose running a market manipulation signal service. Pretty much, Pram. Yeah, like, imagine, like, you just get inside the fastest response. Does that mean everyone else gets it delayed? What up, Ali? So how did you win 5 TPT accounts? Huh? I mean, congratulations, and I'll trade 2 for you. Just one deal. Expect them to get blown up, and if there's any payouts, I get them. Simple. Easy. I think that's a deal of a lifetime. Oh, Max. Yep. That's the only people that I'm curious if they give away more than us on all their streams. I haven't watched enough of his streams to know how much they genuinely give away, but I know it's a shitload. W scam. Shoot or shoot, Fram. Shoot or shoot. He's gonna send out pre-tweets to subscribers like, I'm about to tweet war, place your bets. That dude, I mean at that point you kind of have to. So is that the over 1 million? So that's got to just be, yeah, that makes sense. And I guarantee you Max is buying a decent chunk of those. But I know he's also, even when he goes on like the morning shows and stuff like that with like Tradeify, he's good at getting them to give away accounts. Can you show us how these support and resistance on the chart? Do you put them on a 30-minute time frame or more? Usually just 15s. I mean, I'll look at them from other time frames, but it's the same way I draw my broader support and resistance on the higher time frames on a chart like this, right? On ES 4 hour, which I have to adjust these. I usually do it every week. But it's looking back on the 15. Where have we been respecting? You can see how well this area has kind of been respecting for the most part. The main reason I moved it a little bit lower, because it was like right here at 55, I think, yesterday. I moved it lower because that's around where low of day is. So if we go lower, that's going to be the broad target. Plus it lines up all back here. And it's just broader structure. You can see how well this has held the support. You can see how well this has been support and resistance. Even today, we rejected off this general area, pushed right back lower, held this. This was the low of morning tick. And these are areas that you guys have watched me just draw in the 15-minute. And they've reacted nearly every single day. But that is more so just intuition, looking at structure and going, yeah, this looks like a very solid support or very solid resistance. Mainly just a bigger pivot. And then I throw a mark on it. You blew it last night. Sorry to hear that, SO. But at least you got 5 accounts for it. It's crazy they give one person 5 accounts though. Pram, off the top of my head, no. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. Just right off the top of my head, I don't have any crazy ones that I could think of. I feel like dad jokes more of like a spur of the moment type thing. Win some and give it back to our game. Ollie, could you imagine that? Someone won accounts and then like somewhere else and they just show up here and be like, here, give this away. That'd be a straight legend. We don't expect anybody to ever do that. Most fab I enter on just multi-time frame. That's why when I go to get in a trade or go to look for execution, you'll see me flip through a bunch of time frames really quick because that's how fast I'm analyzing the individual candles near us. Is I just flip through these. I just go like this, look at what the overall structure candle is doing. Right now, everything's more bearish, right? Hourly's below the prior hourly low. 30-minute 3-bar play to the downside. This is played out so far. 15 lower wick that tried to hold, probably fake some people in the longs. So far, we'll see if 60 holds, but at the moment, we're kind of pushing back lower into that. But if we do lose 60, I start leaning towards 50. 60, we have a little bit of support from right around here, end of day. It's nothing crazy, but it could hold for like a shorter term. Just right now, the market is weak. All around, the market is just weak. Gold made a crazy move last night. What was that? 470 down to 980s, which we've also talked about 980s. Retargeting these lows if the shorts play out on gold. Hopefully one of you guys caught that because I know y'all love shorting the hell out of gold lately, especially Alan. Stoned CQG. Ron, are those prop firms? I know people are having an issue logging into Tradeovate. Yeah, so I mean, when you go to a prop firm, you can get accounts slightly cheaper if you're buying 100 accounts at a time, but it's not as cheap as people would think it is. Like, I don't know the fact or not, but I guarantee you Jake's not paying the absolute full price when he buys 100 accounts to give away. There's probably a slight discount, but nothing crazy. StoneX, the broker for 10-4 accounts. Oh, yeah, I haven't used 10-4 yet. Yeah, Tradeovate's not working from what I saw and what the chat saw as well. What would that be? Chat, I'm going to try a small MNQ long. I know, absolutely insane. There's just the possibility of us holding the low of day and pushing back higher. I got in at 291. This is playing a reversal. Know the risk of reversals. I'm surprised he's not long here. I mean, it's not like my favorite thing. It's just watching off of yesterday's lows with how we were holding so far. And it's a trade I'm willing to take. This is definitely more of a higher risk reversal type of trade in which I would just look for that continuation. But by no means they're like the strongest setup in the world. I just knew you'd think about it as I was also thinking about it. Well, if you don't take it, you can live vicariously through me. I'm risking 480 on this eval. Yeah, stop 68, stop 68. There's definitely a probability we keep pushing lower, and ES goes towards that yesterday's low. If we get stopped, we should probably be stopped soon, which I do like, which is another reason I'm willing to take it. Something wrong with trade of it? Yeah. Yeah, Warlord, I think that came out before Market Open happened, that they were targeting their infrastructure. They also mentioned it yesterday, so a lot of that's likely priced in. Johnson, you're looking for the market to go back up by New York? I mean, we'll see. Also, is anyone getting all this? Where's my phone? Oh, I don't even have my phone. I was going to look at the weather. But is anyone else getting like all this smog from, I think it's Canada? Hell yeah, dude, it's so bad. I remember a few years ago when we got it from Canada, everything was like orange. We just lost yesterday's low, so we're likely going to push lower. If this stops, that'll be after that account. All right, we'll leave that for now. Might go back to it. We'll go to this account. One stab I was willing to take. And I'm definitely going to be trading a little more aggressive today on most trades, just because I'm just seeing if I can get these evals up. Most Fab, you said I got a bit excited with the amount I'm trading with. What you mean? New York looked orange. Dude, it happens like once every 2-3 years in Canada. Silence in my chest, but music fills the rest. Trouble's tapping at my door, but I won't let it win this war. Gold shorts looking nice. Yeah, if this hourly wants to hold like this and get that weaker close and push lower, 100%. I see exactly what you're looking for too. The thing is, if gold loses this low though, it has a lot of room lower. Just with that daily and 4-hour structure. Most Fab, it's an eval, brother. I'm not worried about it. On evals, I'm willing to risk a little bit more. That was a 3-to-1 risk to reward. If it ended up getting the push, which if I'm risking right around 500, that would give me the 1500 I need to fully pass that account. And that's what I was looking for. I have no problem being more risk adverse on evals or even funded accounts. It just depends on what I'm feeling and how I want to trade. But a situation like that, that's not bad at all. Especially if I can get a 30-point stop. Yeah, most fab. I'm only trading evals today. Just because it's the end of the week, I'm not overly eager to put risk on. So I'm just rocking these little evals. See if I can get them past. Trade of 8 down, yes. What was I looking at change? All right, that's fixed. The week just ended really fast. I mean, this week did go by pretty fast. In full transparency, it did. I also didn't do like a whole lot outside of just trading. Even today, I spent way too much time at the desk, even though I wasn't trading much. Well, I didn't trade during New York, but I wasn't trading. Gold's trying to hold. I mean, that hourly's still a full inside bar. See how that hourly closes. See if we get continuation outside that. Dollar open yet? No, not yet. Slow trend lower. So we have taken out yesterday's lows on NQ. If that keeps pushing lower, ES has potential to make that move down there. Micromaster, they're pretty much going to be the same unless you're talking personal live account. If you're talking on a prop firm, live account's going to be better in general because you don't have many rules regulating it. So either way you look at it, live's going to be better than sim funded. Most of the time too, people are using sim funded to get themselves up to the live level, which is my goal in the end. Right? Most people trade it. There's a lot of people who you'll see a lot of people talk about how they don't love the live aspect. I feel like it's dumb because you can quite literally, with Tradeify and I believe with Lucid, you can get live bonuses for doing well. So if you trade even semi-decent and make, I think it's what, like 5K, something like that profit, you get a bonus, which you technically didn't even trade for. And it's just a couple extra $1,000. Kuwait's air defense responds to hostile missile drone threats. Kuwait. I saw that Iran posted yesterday. They used their new kamikaze drones on, I think, either Bahrain or Kuwait. Yeah. Oh, would you hear me say it? Or did you just find it?
No.
Oh, thanks. Got my phone. Lucid Live, you make 2K, they give you 2K bonus. Hell yeah. Chad, I'm going to try one more stab. Should be overall same risk. Obviously, this is a different account. Yeah, my stop would be 55. Like I said, I'm willing to be more risk on today. Just on these evals. I stopped at 55, but I can't get it exactly at 55. So we'll just live with it.
Leave the shadows where they lie. Gather only truths that fly. Carry hope into your day.
What would that be?
Let the rest just fade away. All the hurt you've known before builds the strength to find your shore. Now the spark will lead you on, turning pain to rising song. The hurt you've known before builds the strength to find your shore. Now the spark will lead you on, turning
That looks better. It does 7. I'm willing to take the risk on it. I do have some orders to sell around 67-ish, which the reason I have it there instead of the open is just looking at this little pivot, right? So seeing if we can get that rally up to there. I have a trim, not full out. If we end up getting past that, then I'll take some profits. So glad I got out. Hell yeah, Zay. Just shows it's crazy. 5 minutes early or a wider stop and we're chilling. I know same thing happened to Alan last night because I was watching him. He missed he missed his trim by 6 points and then got filled stop by 6 points. Because I'm usually lurking in. If I don't talk in Alan's chat, I'm usually lurking in the background.
fear to grace. Forms the path you'll soon embrace. Feel the music guide your mind. Leave the
Also, if you remember earlier as well, something we were watching for a potential hold of is that like 60-ish area on ES. Tested a little bit lower. Thus far, it is holding 60. If ES holds 60, NQ holds yesterday's lows, we could build out a range, which is what we're trading. Seen you last night in Allen's? Yeah, I didn't look good enough. I talked a little bit. I'm not going to lie, Ollie, that one thing I do, I sit back in people's lives because there's people that annoy me and I get tempted to ban them. Like that dude that was just spamming enter for like 10 minutes straight in Allen's chat. I had it up to like time him out for 24 hours, but I just held off. Yeah, Adrian, it's kind of crazy. I happen to be using Trade C today instead of Tradeovate. Yeah, Gordito, right now Tradeovate is down. Which is unfortunate because a lot of people use Tradeovate. I mean, that's my primary broker. Let's see. What chart am I missing? There we go. NKD's trying to hold a little bit. Yeah, TCM agreed. How are you going to trade if it's down? Moise, if you notice, my P&L section looks different. I use Trade C when I'm trading Lucid accounts. So right now I'm on Trade C, not on Tradeovate. Yeah, Adrian, this is going to be kind of what I'm looking at. Obviously right here is 1.7, nothing crazy. I would look to take runners up towards like 220s. If we can get them up there. Right, we need to make sure we get some continuation here. But we did get the failure on the 15 and the 30, which makes this chart look better. Hourly's trying to set a lower wick. I'm hoping we get somewhat of a push before Asia so we can lock some out and then just leave the runners to do what they do.
hand in hand where we belong. Sunset paints our melody. Love flows on so effortlessly.
What up, BL? How you doing?
Let it wash your cares away.
Was that like 0.7 R? 0.8, close enough. Trade Z was down last line. No, but yeah, that's what chat said earlier. Oh, Viking. It truly doesn't matter where you put anything. I could put half of my screen saying trade evade is down. People will still ask. It's just how it goes. Ugly or 5 minute, push back lower. If this doesn't hold, likely leads us out. I don't know. Should I get a looser trade buy? I think I'm ready to get back into trading after 2 weeks off. What do you think, Ron? Should I fuck off and strictly trade Asia? Ollie, trade whatever session you like trading. I trade completely different. Like I have no problem trading different sessions. I look at it, I have like pre-Asia or like early Asia, which is what we trade on stream. Then I have that like 11 p.m. to like 2 a.m. window that I also trade. Sometimes I don't, depending on what price action looks like. And then usually sometime in New York, I'll trade as well. So just trade when the market looks good is the biggest piece of advice you could do. Head to bed. We'll wait till New York open. Maybe trade evade problem will be fixed. Have a good one, Most Fab. Young, what do you mean how much a day on a 50K is okay? Risk-wise, that's up to the individual. Some people it's going to be $200. Some people it's going to be $1,000. It depends on how risky in general you want to be. Ollie, that's the number one reason I usually trade around like 10:30, 11ish. Because usually like 10:30 to about 12. If we get a reversal, it's typically around there. And that's when I have my better trading. Because you can look for that reversal for higher risk to reward, look for even a 2-minute higher low and take the risk on it. Profit-wise is going to be just fully determined on what account you have. I mean, I know Mitch and Jake have made, I've done it in the past. I just haven't done it lately, so I'm using their names. Mitch and Jake have made a couple $1,000s in a day on a 50K, which just sets you up for a max payout, and then you just roll days at that point or continue to build the buffer, which I think Mitch is currently doing. Because I know he took a little trade during Asia session that he put in the trading floor in Discord. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to trade it. If you have a consistency rule, try to follow the consistency rule for the most part. I think it's okay if you get a little past it or take a little longer to hit it because you're trading smaller size. Either's fine. But there's no set rules what you have to make on a given day on a 50K account. Yeah, Mox, the trade evade is currently having issues. Trump might cook the market with his speech. His speech is in like an hour and a half though, right? Finesse, find a dollar amount that you love. Doesn't have to be $100, doesn't have to be 2K. If you think $600 is a great number to strive for, aim for that. If you think 500 is great, aim for that. 6 days of $500 get you a payout. What you should do though is if you don't have a consistency, don't give yourself a hard cap. Like this is all I'm going to let myself make on the day, but give yourself a number where if I'm over X amount of dollars, I'm done trading, because then you don't want to risk going back under that. You know, that's how I like to view it. Chat, I don't like that we're kind of sitting here a little stagnant, rejecting for the most part. It shows we're not getting enough buying pressure to get back over like 115, 120s on NQ yet, at least, which increases the potential of it pushing back a little lower. Any thoughts on vanquished option props? I'm not interested in it personally. I'm truly not. I don't like the idea of having strict rules set around options. If you want to use it to have less risk while learning options, I can see that. But the reason I like to trade options is I like the exponential potential return on them. Unless I'm trading a spread, then I know it's a hard set possible return and a hard set loss. But yeah, for me, I don't love the idea of having a bunch of strict rules like consistency rules on an options account. It just doesn't make sense in my head. I'm pretty consistent and have decent setups, but don't take execute it well. Nathan, I was like that for a while, like a year and a half. All that is up here. That's all psychological. You just got to remind yourself, you know what you're doing. What I did to kind of get myself out of that is if I see a setup that fits my criteria, whether it's just the risk aspect of it, and it may not be A+, but the risk is worth it, or I mainly focus on the A+ aspect in which the risk reward makes sense. The setups, the number one setup I'd want to take, like I see it, it kind of screams to me, you need to be in this thing. I'll take the trade. Absolute worst case, you lose money. Whether it's a personal account, whether it's a prop firm account, you lose money and you can learn from it. What you don't really learn from is watching your A+ setups trigger, play out, and you do nothing. And I'm not saying you have to risk a lot. You can take it with one micro. Because I'll make 300 to 500 a day, but I don't call it and give it back. Yeah, Young, you just have more so an over trading aspect that you have to deal with. And what that's going to be is when you, even if it's just, if you close a trade green and you have a problem leaving it like that, don't set yourself a certain profit target, set yourself a trade limit. Whether you are red or green. Let's say 2 trades in a given session, and that is it for that account for 24 hours. Because then you'll get yourself used to, okay, it's okay making $100. It's okay making $1,500. I don't need to chase more. There will be more setups tomorrow. Yeah, Nathan, I dealt with that a lot in the past. Yeah, but in times like this, especially if you're looking to swing trade, I usually just use less size in general because we're stuck in a broader daily range. So even if a chart looks insanely strong to your setup, it can definitely reverse. Obviously, risk like relative strength and relative weakness help a lot in this market, but as we're kind of sitting more so stagnant on the indices, you're going to see a lot of that lean into the individual names. Right, guy, we'll see if it holds. I do not like how much we're rejecting this 120s. I truly don't. We got a decent 15-minute close. 30's kind of but we are coming into Asia, which isn't, wonderful, but we'll see. APM pop inbound. Again, hopefully. I don't even care if it pops and fades. Give me a pop up to fill contracts, then do what you want to do. Dollar should be open. It is. Looks like we're likely just going to consolidate into that open. So know the risk on the trade. You'll likely lose some slippage in the end if we get a volatile push lower from Asia. Asia could hit today's low. I mean, we already hit today's low on NQ, which is part of the reason I took this. What up, naturally? I took it off ES, holding this 60 kind of support area, which is this little end-of-day pivot. And back farther, there's obviously more. But I took it off of ES holding that, and NQ holding yesterday's lows with the sweep. What up, Bugs? A lot of people have. Honestly, that's probably this week is probably the most I've seen people mention they've blown accounts in chat. But it's a good thing to say that you're not alone, right? You see it every day posted. Prop firms cleaning up, dude. When the market is sitting like this, prop firms are making a killing. I mean, when you're just getting straight daily ranges, and you know the majority of people are trading aggressively because they want trends. Yeah, prop firms are likely rolling in money. I've blown 7, took a 2K payout though. Yeah, that's solid risk to reward. Almost 3-1 right there. That's not too shabby. Which is crazy because there's people who will look at that and be like, dude, blowing 7 accounts is insane. But you got $2,000 out of it. So you made money. Yeah, the closer we get to Asia, the lower the conviction and the lower we sit below 120s. The lower the conviction of just this initially getting that rally sits. Just because of the uncertainty of the volatility of where it's going to open. We could easily spike 40 points lower to take out this low and then push back higher. Or take out the low and continue. ES might want yesterday's lows. You're taking a total of 6 trades this week? Blank. That's insane how much you're being consistent, though. You're being patient, which is good. Dev, I'm on trade C. That's why. I have one for trade C, and then I have one for trade evade. So today I'm on trade C, which means I'm trading Lucid, which is why the pinned comment is about Lucid today. Blew 250K accounts earlier this morning, trading New York, but made 1K on 2 other 50Ks. I suppose that's a little under par. Yeah, I mean, technically, especially if those 250Ks are funded, then yeah, that's green. Don't look, AXP, don't look. What up, Mickey? Yeah, for those of you just hopping on, I'm just ripping evals tonight, taking a little bit more aggressive trades. Just from where we're sitting. This one's playing the potential off yesterday's low, holding with us sweeping it. And ES holding 560s. With us continuously rejecting 120s here from above, we're not able to get back in this range. We are a minute away from Asia open. That just grows the potential of us getting that quick push lower, sweep the lows, and then do what we do from there. Asia can go either way, but with it pushing lower right now, continuing to hold below 120, conviction does lower, for sure. Not funded accounts yet, just evals. Hey, you still did good on them. It's unfortunate you lost 2, but you did good. AXP, you stalking another entry? Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I mean, I got in this anticipating us to get a little bit of a push before Asia. We got a tiny push, but nothing to really capitalize on. So now we'll see if Asia's going to be nice to us or not. But this trade definitely gets risky, holding it for the next 6 seconds.
I left my thoughts on the window pane, watch them drift like summer rain. No need to hold what's
You know what's crazy? I still have that 8 p.m. flash on my computer, and I still don't know what it is. The one that I went absolutely crazy about for like 3 days in a row, it's still there every single day. And I have no clue why it does it. I know Ollie knows because he used to call me out on it all the time. I overtraded last week. Friday, saved my fundeds, journaled, saw my mistakes. I'm not reading it well. No reason, death by 1,000 cuts. Agreed, Blink. Agreed. Markets like this, people either tilt just by aggressively revenge trading, or it's death by 1,000 cuts and you just get irritated. My streams this week, I've been fine with a majority of the trades. Probably some I would maybe not have taken looking back on it. That'd maybe be like one, because obviously I haven't traded a lot. But typically most of the trades this week, because I looked back on them last night, the broader thesis has worked. Issues come a lot later in the session. So we'd get swept out a little bit, and then later on the trade would work. And I've caught the eventual trade a few times. Ollie, we need over 120s. If we can get over 120s, this thing's fine. If we continue to reject it, not so much. Asia always pumping dump? AXP. Why would you say that? Why would you do that? All right, what's the poll sitting at? IDK, we're in a range, dropped to 21%. Bearish taking the lead. Bullish, 31%. So far, bearish has been winning. What up, Chuv? Yeah, BL, I'm not trading after like tonight at all. I have no plans to. Not Freeman, what's cooked? Hopefully next week is better. We'll see. We need something to get us out of this just general range. I don't even care if it's an aggressive move to the downside. Just get us out of the daily range, and I'm happy with it. Give me more of like a 4-hour trend that's actually doing something. NQ is obviously slightly in more of a 4-hour downtrend, taking out this low and with this lower high. But we're not really going anywhere yet. We're still sitting at a broader support. When will the shit PA end? If there's any answer I wish I had in the stock market, I wish it was that one. I wish I could give that answer wholeheartedly and be like, this is exactly when the shit price action will end. Your guess is as good as mine, and it sucks. Trust me, the streams have been fun. Even today, I was looking forward to jumping on stream. The trading during it, not so much. I hope after summer, Chubb, you want 2 more months of this? Wade fan, I need to figure out what data I need for Kospi. I pay attention to the NKD a little bit. Primarily right now, it's NKD, dollar, and oil. Right? If oil and the dollar pull back, I think this trade's perfectly fine. I pay attention to NKD a little bit. I don't have the active data for Kospi. So it was delayed 20 minutes. So none of this is lined up when it shows up. So I don't use Kospi though. Let me know when you solve that. Not Freeman. I don't know if you saw, but all you have to do to find out market news is pay an extra fee to subscribe to Trump's Truth Social, and then you get the information early. Tiny gap. Really? What price, AXP? You saying you want MNQ to go fill it? Ever since SpaceX joined, we've been confused, especially since every single retail person is smoked. Blink, yeah, for the most part. And at the same time, though, if the market finally figures out what it wants to do with SpaceX, the second it does in the next 2 weeks, we have individual futures coming, I believe. And if you think the market's going to trade the same after that comes out, good luck. Or say you're trading set up next to the straight. I don't even know if you'd be able to trade then. Because we've been bombing them for like a week. All right, with this big reversal off 20, I'm anticipating us to take a stop on this count. Bigger rejection there. 15 spiked higher. Tried to go, can't get over 120. So while we're below 120s, NQ remains slightly more bearish. If it holds the open, we are just hard stuck here, and that's not fun. So we have below the open, above 120s. That gives me conviction either way. Mez not lying about Truth Social. I hate that. You downloaded it? I've never downloaded. I've never even looked at Truth Social, to be honest. I just use Twitter. What do you mean individual futures? A lot of the bigger names in the stock market will have individual futures that you can trade. So pretty soon you'll be able to trade Tesla futures throughout the overnight and throughout obviously the 24-hour period, 23-hour period. AXP, it looks like you might get down there. I think this trade was up like, what, 300? Probably just under 400. Yeah, that bigger 15-minute looks like it's going to take us out. I'd be shocked if we didn't hit low a day at this point. ES breaking new lows there, a little bit divergent. Looks like it's kind of taking over the short-term weakness. And if it doesn't hold this spike, it's likely going to yesterday's low. So if you're short, especially off the 120s, you should be sitting pretty. That'll change the game. We'll see what it does. I think I got hit there. Yeah, that account got hit. All right, we'll retire that eval for a little bit. I loaded up on eval strictly just for this stream. But while we're below yesterday's lows, I have zero interest in longing. So we'll see. If we pump from 29030 would be nice. I think you just left me stranded. What do you mean, Mosfab? Oh, it just left you behind? What, with the short? Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty clear sign once we continued to reject 120s that it likely wasn't going to get that break above, which is why I was mentioning it. I'm sure some of you guys went short on it. Interesting seeing gold be a little bit strong there. Can you slide me one? No. Bold strat taking a long off the rip and holding. What you mean, Freeman? Did not fill me. Yeah, you need what, 20 or 19 more points XP? What'll be more annoying is if eventually this does hold, but it just keeps stabbing lower slowly. What are we doing? YM's pushing towards yesterday's lows. ES, new low of day. Looking for yesterday's lows, most likely. NQ's got to fight this low, see if it's going to hold or not. You short off the open green candle? Yeah, I didn't open the market until like 650. If I saw that, I know Mitch shorted up here as well. That was a really nice short. Playing off just the end of day kind of spike. If you're looking for more of a bearish thesis towards yesterday's lows, that would have been my target for the move back up for a lower high into like 170s, 165s, which is what I was looking for. It wasn't even me being like bullish on the market. It's me looking for this more so to play out, retest this, set the lower high, pivot back down. But now we wait. Chris, what are you talking about, brother? You put a sell limit on gold at 4001.4. I mean, I don't want to see it above 390s if I'm bearish. Can it get up there? Yeah. You'd be getting a break above the 4-hour high, looking for a broader failure. For me, though, this is more so my little range that I had marked out for a while now. I would want to see continued rejections off 390. Oh, Chris, most days I usually have charts up for at least 10 hours minimum. But I love just looking at charts in general because I have them open in the morning for Jake's 2-hour stream. I watch all of Mitch's stream and then part of Lamelli's usually. I'll watch the early, like Mitch's into like the early first half hour of Lamelli's just because I mainly watch Mitch's. Also one support, also learning Gamma from him. And then I stream in the afternoon. Even after I stream, charts are still up. These charts stay on my computer basically unless the market's closed or unless I walk away from it. Appreciate you, brother. I used to be even worse with it. I used to have be at my computer looking at charts when I was in the learning phase from probably 7:30 a.m. because that's when a majority of my work would start until like 9 p.m. Because I would do a lot of post-trading, overall prep, looking at individual names, and just everything around that. Yeah, Cole, that's a lot of, you have to remember, most strategies are about intuition as well. VS3D, you'll see all the data that, you see the data on Mitch's stream, but you have to have his brain to be able to trade exactly how he does. And he's insane with it. I aspire to be somewhat close to Mitch's level on Gamma, just to understand the overall back-end basics of why this area is a very strong support and exactly what's happening at that area. I'm more interested in just to know the depth of it. By the way, chat, we're at 82 likes. Today, I'm only doing 125 likes on the stream for the giveaway. So hit the little thumbs up button. Yesterday, I said it before doing the giveaway, and y'all did 30 likes within 3 minutes. So if y'all want a giveaway, hit the thumbs up, and we'll run it. Lucid Flex 50Ks. The ones I'm trading, I have 3 evals right now. 2 of them hit $1,500 profit towards the end of day because I was just messing around with them. I forget exactly where I entered, but I had a little short off some conviction. I don't remember the exact number, but I got 2 in 1,500 profit, and then the other one I just haven't traded yet. Interesting. Freeman, why? Yeah, I agree, Tris. That's why I leave a lot of mine on for multiple days. Because usually once something is a strong support, it's not going to disappear the second it's broken through. It's usually going to hold once it's retested, depending how strong of a support or resistance it is. If I see an A+ setup, I can ape it in one shot and eval. That's fair. That is fair. I don't mind doing that. If I have that mindset, it's Tradeify growth accounts for me. With the Lucid, I like the uncapped consistency. I like the no consistency on the funded account versus the eval. That's the biggest difference for me. Obviously, you can get a payout faster, but also if you like the consistency on funded, ride with it. Nothing wrong with it. I like running it on growths. You got filled XP? Oh yeah, you did. 33. Was that a gamma error you had on NQ? Because I know you use gamma. Yeah, agreed, Chris. I mean, I can tell you wholeheartedly, and y'all know, if I wasn't just trading evals right now, just for the end of the week, kind of just fun of doing it, I would not be as risky as I currently am. But I'm not overly interested in triple stabbing this low. I'd rather wait for somewhat of a higher low to set before I even think about taking a long again. Plus, I would need us over yesterday's lows. Trade is back up. Hell yeah. AXP, is that the Friday gap you were talking about? No. It's back here. Gap at 33. I might be missing something. Would you say trading after 8 p.m. is better or after 7 into Asia Open? 8 p.m. for sure. I mean, I found the best trading in the overnight to be after 10, personally. Because you get that first 4-hour close, you have somewhat broader structure, you have a lot of price action to trade off of. I love the 4-hour close. People who say don't look at your P&L, don't have to worry about bills. Well, I do. I mean, it's more so, that comment is more so for people who just stare at their P&L and panic. Because there's people who will watch P&L and stress out. I mean, a great example is Jake's stream every morning. Jake will risk $5,000 on a trade. Let's say he's buying a low. Like, let's say Jake took this kind of entry on the New York Open or something. If it went up here, it would have been up, let's say, 4,500. Where Jake's looking to make 20,000 if it breaks new highs, and he's risking his normal 5. People will tweak out for Jake if he goes up 4,500 and goes back to 0, because they're uncomfortable with that dollar amount. And it's just the perspective that people have on money. Yeah, it's great to not just look at it blankly, but in the end, you're just trading a chart. As long as your risk is in check, it should be fine. Like, the way I look at these evals is my risk is $98. Dev, if anything, it would probably be more of extending the stream to like 3 hours versus moving it to 9 p.m. Because you still want to be in early on the session. Like most other Asia streamers will start at 6. The reason I don't start at 6 is we've done that in the past, and that price action, a mass majority of the time, is just more so boring and doesn't move at all. Which is when a lot of people just talk to their chat. Yeah, agreed, Chris. But a lot of people just try to live like vicariously through different traders, and that's when they tilt. Which is crazy that people will actively tilt off Jake's trades. $29034 target. That was right around AXP. I mean, that already hit. AXP, is this another entry for your, what is it, 30,600, 30,700? This much volatility with VIX under 20, agreed. I mean, if you look at this broader chart, especially during Asia session, Asia being down almost 200 points with VIX sub 17 is very rare. Like if this was New York, you're talking probably at least 400 plus. Yeah, that makes sense, XP. I like 320s a lot. Dev, who are you referring to? Nice job. The market fades when the White House guy talks. Most of the time, yeah. Oh, you saw Jake's trades? Yeah, Jake's an animal when he trades. He is. And he's willing to gut some losses. TCM, downside's definitely way more of a problem right now. If we lose this broader structure on NQ, this gets really weak. You can see how massive of a floor this is. I would be more so shocked if we just ripped through this floor and made it all the way down to, let's say, like 28.5s. That would shock me a lot more than seeing some type of a bounce up towards like 350-ish. Just retesting these lows at least. And then looking for a bigger break like next week. So I would like to see a broader dead cat bounce across the market. But it's more so a matter of when, if that does happen. You'd be bearish for a scalp? Rip it. When you're trading TPT with intraday trailing drawdown, are you targeting 1-to-1 risk to reward, and how large are you sizing with micros? If I'm doing intraday trailing, I'm likely looking for like 1.5 to 1, 2 to 1, personally. Just taking the hit and runs and getting out of the way. And I'm not going to be overly aggressive sized. Maybe personally risking like $400 on a trade max. Just because I'm looking for higher probability trades that can make a brief move up to lock me out of it. He's a size lord? Yeah. He rips some good size. Jake never heard about what risk is? I don't know what you mean by that. Trump speaking tonight? Yes. He should be speaking a little bit right after stream. What up, CXD? I'm pure equities, but I'm 100% looking into futures. It's a good asset to be able to trade, especially if you're just looking, even if you're looking for like intraday scalps, because you can get those quicker moves. You have realized, like hard realized risk to reward that you can trade off of. Yeah, Dev, it's also hard though when, especially with the alpha stuff that's happened with Jake, where he grows an account that much to where he can risk a large amount, and then the account just gets rugged out from underneath him. Chris, try it. Worst case, it doesn't, and you don't do it. Especially if you can find another asset to trade, it never hurts to try. At all. Is Trade of It still having issues, chat? Or can I take this off? Yeah, Dev. I mean, if you think about it, that's how a lot of people trade for the most part. They start the year using a little bit less risk. And then as they compound profits throughout the year, like I know Stock Market Wolf talked about this a little bit, I think a year or two ago. He used to start his day trading account with a certain amount of money. And then as he would go throughout the year, he would increase his risk based off of what he's profited. And I know Jake can do the same thing. Usually Jake during the months, I think we got about 2 more months until we're in the season when Jake usually makes his entire year. Because usually towards late summer, early fall is when all of Jake's massive trading days that I've seen usually come from. And when he's just usually on another level. Long scalp here screaming at me. I'm waiting for structure at all if I want to long anything. I need structure to give me conviction. I took 2 stabs on 2 evals. Now I gotta wait. Is anyone still holding shorts from the open? Or at least just before I was on stream when we were slowly trending lower? You like gold here? I mean, out of all names, it's crazy to say. I'm not saying I'm longing gold, but gold is currently the strongest out of everything out there. Everything else is trending below the open. Gold's holding above its open thus far. Platinum's not. Oil's slightly below its open. The dollar's barely even moved. Interesting. Blink, you just went short? Yeah, you just went short at 040. And you want... Where'd that go? 28927. Yeah, I mean, you need a decent bit of continuation there. Just because we're already down a little over 200 points. Read a little bit about alpha, but yeah, it's kind of sad given they have data on who was at which profit level and they could have paid out at least 90%. Dev, they did put something out yesterday, I believe it was, that they're working on paying out all those people that had processed payouts. But anyone who had profit and hadn't requested a payout yet, you're just shit out of luck. So, I mean, it's good that they're trying to do the payouts. The only thing is at that point, you shot yourself in the foot and then went back on doing that. You know? Like they denied every single payout and then now they're trying to pay them out. So it looks like they're trying to be better, but they already made the mistake, which a lot of people are going to notice. ESPDL, no reaction. Yeah, I'm waiting. Will you take any more trades? We'll see, Life. We'll see. I mean, the problem is it's easy to get stabby, and I don't really want to do that. And it's easy to paint the picture because I took a stab off NQ yesterday's low. It'd be just as easy to be like, all right, ES and YM are now yesterday's low. Take another stab. If I did on ES, it would probably be a lot wider stop, but I'm not over eager to stab on it, if that makes sense. And I can't short here because we're literally fighting yesterday's lows. I can see valid justification for the risk to reward. Even if you just want to go up towards like 58s, which is 9 points away. Would you recommend Tradeify? Tradeify or Lucid are the only two firms that I usually recommend for the most part. Just because those are the ones I trade, those are the ones I mainly use every day. And those are the ones I like. Jay, you guys are sitting at 100 likes. You guys get a few more, we'll start running the giveaway. Broccoli, I would just be cautious of it. If there's issues currently on the broker, I would definitely be cautious of being aggressive. Just because when TradeEvade has issues, sometimes it just won't work at that point, and you kind of just got to be smart about it, you know? Jesus Christ, good boy. Good boy, you not been doing well on NQ? What up, George? TradeEvade said, fuck Asia Session traders. Yeah. Mitch, didn't you get a trade in with him, or were we using a different platform? I did. Nice. See, they let you run it, but they locked everybody else out. Luckily now, I'm not salty about it, about taking such an early exit. That's fair. I mean, worst case too, you would have taken an entry and they wouldn't have let you exit. And then we push back lower. Also, Mitch, I was watching that 120 pivot as well, and that thing held really well from the downside. Up 17K on NQ since May. He's a good boy, but I don't like him when he's misbehaving. Fair. Fair. Made an account on Tradeify, got a data breach email as soon as my account was created, asked them to remove my account. Well, yeah, Dev, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be like that. $60 points, not as nice as 200, but meh. I should do a Weatherman segment. Damn right you should, Mitch. I need to learn more, but I'm thinking about drawing away 15K from my 67 equities to try futures. I just need to learn how it works. Yeah, Chris, as long as you just use adequate size in the beginning, right? If you just use a couple micros while you're learning, it's not going to be crazy risk at all. Biggest thing is just getting used to the brokers. All it is you buy or sell, just like equities. And then you just pick your stop, pick your profit, and that's how you run it. So it's straightforward. You just got to get used to the tick value and the point value for each name. Just that way you can make sure your risk is proper. And whatever equity you want to trade. Weekly candle, VenQ looks like it's getting out of the shitty range. I mean, well, brother, we haven't even broken outside last week's candle yet. We're still a weekly inside bar. We got about 70 points left till we actually break out of it, though. Did ES test higher? Yes. By like 3 points. What up? Watch out. Gold, please go up. Blowing on the chart right now. Are you looking for bounce off this lever or continuation lever? George, for me to be able to long, I would need some type of structural change. Even if it's on a 5 minute. Because like I said, I'm willing to be more aggressive today. I would need a little bit of a structural change, like something around a higher low. And it's not just the 5 minute. The 15 would also have to look appealing to me for that potential pivot back higher off yesterday's lows. But I'm not willing to just blindly stab right here at this time. If it was my very first trade, probably. I'd be willing to take a riskier stab. Chris, if you're talking, depending on what asset you're talking, ES, the minis, which is the larger contracts, are $50 per point, so $12.50 per tick. Micros are $5 per point, $1.25 per tick. Higher time frame, not looking bullish at all. No, not really. Craziest thing is we are sitting a monthly inside bar. We are sitting a weekly inside bar on NQ. Daily, yes, us losing yesterday's lows doesn't look great. However, we are still in a range. The thing here, though, is if NQ does try to break and go towards these lows, ES has a lot of room it can start to push lower. Especially down towards that like 470s, 480s. But I'm not overly bearish while we're still in a range. And I've mentioned that before on stream. What up, A-Trades? How you doing? Need 500 pass an account? Good luck, brother. All right, chat. I'm going to make you guys a hell of a deal. If you guys can get 4 likes, primarily just because I got to run to the bathroom real quick. But if you guys can get 4 likes, I'll start the giveaway. And if you guys can't, we ain't running a giveaway. That should be easy. There's a doji on gold. What candle are we looking at for a doji? That one? That is the doji. You know what's crazy? I say we need 20, or I say we need like 20 likes. 4 people like it. I say we need 4. We get almost to the giveaway. Oh. I'll get it right eventually typing this. That's how you enter. That's all you got to do. You guys will get 3 minutes. I was like, I know you guys do. Appreciate you, Bass. All right, chat. I'll be back in 1 second. But all you have to do is type ! enter in the chat and you'll be entered in the giveaway. Just make sure you type it correctly. Chris, you spelled it wrong. Just letting you know. All right, I'll be back. Looks like so far we're getting a little bit of a push lower. Question is, what do the other indices look like? Kospi is getting, or NKD is getting smoked. Chat, you guys have 50 seconds left in the giveaway. I don't know why all of you guys are putting spaces in between it, but don't do that. You have an exclamation mark, a space, and then the word. Put it together, or else you won't be in. And you have seconds to do it. So figure it out. 30 seconds left. You oversized your wrist on gold and now you're sweating. Well, that's not smart. All right, Blank, I'm going to go delete your entry. Exclamation mark, fender bender. Exclamation mark, figure it out. All right, King. All right. All right, now y'all just being smart. Where'd that go? Exclamation mark. He got rid of the space, but put one between every single letter of the word. All right, I see how you are. All right, giveaway's over, chat. Figured out this is rough. Excuse you, Miss K? Excuse you? Oh, wait, I gotta move this over here so we can still see chat. And I swear, if this says Ali, I give up on giveaways forever. Forever. Can we trade NKD on Lucid? I don't know. Probably. Abdul, are you here? And have you won before? The man's still sending enter. Just one. Well, chat, you didn't lose yet. Even though he has been still typing enter in the chat, he has to reply. So that's the big thing. Yes. Abdullah, you're saying you have won before? Let me check. Well, you're going to hear a few beeps if he hasn't won. So give me 1 sec. I don't think he's won. So we should be good. Wait, he said yes. Oh, Abdul, so you've won before. Then why'd you say yes? He's trolling. First time. Okay. Well, then congratulations. Yes, yes, no. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, no, pretty much. If we were in a winning trade and our target... Wait. If we were in a trade and our target it button able to get into trade to verify exit, would it be honored? Poppy, I have no clue. Usually the orders should fill, but I have no clue. That's something that you find out when you reopen Trade of It, unfortunately. No, I have not won before. Abdul, click the link in chat right now. That is my Instagram. And send me a DM mentioning that you won. Also, chat, I don't know, you guys can't see it. In the bottom left of my screen, I just have a big banner on my PC that says air quality alert. I'm not going to click on it because it might show where I live. It does show exactly where I live. So we're not clicking on that. But there is a big air quality. I'm hungry. My wife said, I stink like a homeless person. I need a shower. See you, Chris. I hope you fix that, brother. Yeah, Dev, can we keep that shit up there and not down here? Oh, Zach, I can only imagine. Click on it and I'll find you. No, because you probably easily could. To be fair, if you want to know where people live, it usually isn't that hard to figure something out. There's a lot of ways. Yeah, Freeman, I'm in Ohio. People know that. People know I'm up near Cleveland. But Abdul, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let me know when you send it so I can confirm that I got it from you. Please. Smoke is horrible. I can only imagine. It's probably going to get worse. Because if you remember, what was it, 2.5 years ago, something like that? 2 years ago? When this happened, it started very subtly. And then after a day or two, the sky was just orange. Dev, is that what it's actually like in India? They probably shut Trade of It off since Trump is going to speak in 10 minutes. Smart. But, chat, to be fair, the one thing that Trump loves to do is make the market go parabolic when it shouldn't, right? We just spiked down to yesterday's lows. It's a very Trump thing to just send this thing back to the highs. Am I in a trade for it? No. But I wouldn't be shocked. Brother, you don't have to tell me to check it. I will check it. You're good. You just gotta let me know when you DM. Perfect, brother. I will get you that after stream. See you, BL. India has bad air quality in some parts, for sure. Not all over the place, especially during harvest season. That makes sense. The strait is open, is not working anymore. Blink, what if he comes on and says, we have taken full control over the strait, and then he's going to lie and say, Iran wants to talk, even though 2 days ago they said they don't want to. And then he's going to say it's predictable with Trump's speeches. If they say they don't want to talk, Abdul, I appreciate you being here, but I just said I saw your DM, and I will get you that code right after stream, my guy. Right after it. We got a conspiracy for you? All right, Brock, let's hear it. But he's just going to say, we're taking control of the strait. If Iran doesn't want to talk, we're going to bomb the hell out of them until they do, which is already happening. He's probably just going to lie. Or just say peace deals are going great again. Made $50 an hour tonight? Hell yeah, MM. Only the 1,000th time? That's it? What are your plans for the weekend? Probably just veg out. I mean, I need to do yard work, stuff like that. But nothing crazy. Probably just chill out for the most part. If this trade hits, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. I think you got my brain all fucked up. AXP, I don't blame you. I would too. The problem is, though, if I go on vacation, I'm still streaming. So I'm still going to be around the charts. Who knows, Toast? It might go golfing. I mean, Dev, I feel like we all knew that ceasefire wasn't going to hold. My brain's like spaghetti right now. Well, theoretically, it is. If you look at all the pictures of it, it's like really thick spaghetti. Stream on your yacht, brother. You're going to see me on a dinghy in the middle of Lake Erie. And that's about it. That's the boat I got. Oh, yeah, AXP. Watching a trade pull back 400 points with 45 micros is not going to be lovely. So, no, I don't blame you whatsoever for wanting to take a break. It's like you're trading gold all over again. It's got 2 Wi-Fis, though. Blink, you act like 2 Wi-Fi. But total between me and my brother for 2 Wi-Fis, we pay like $150. That ain't even that bougie. Some people probably pay that for worse internet. I wonder if futures will be easier during the next administration. I mean, it all depends. Depends who gets elected. Most people that traded during Trump's first administration knew the price action we were going to get, where it's very, very news driven. And they talked about it as he was getting elected. Yeah, XP is worth it. Especially if we're holding yesterday's low on ES now. Well, Blink, the problem is the reason we have 2 Wi-Fis is because they're both unstable as shit. So usually at least one's working. AXP, if we get a lower volatility week where we just smoothly grind in one direction, I will be the happiest person in the world. I will be. I mean, obviously today we got somewhat of a trend so far with the downtrend down into today's lows. But if we end up pushing all the way back up to, let's just say, the open on ES, there's a chance we just continue to build out into OPEX tomorrow. But I'd be shocked after this kind of move on NQ if you don't see profit taking into the into OPEX. And I believe we have expiration next week, Mish said. Having price action, yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the thing. When NQ gets like this, you just got to be willing to short any pop. Because you'll see more aggressive candles that immediately just get fully faded, and then that's the short entry. And then you get a really nice hold that completely fades, and then nukes. Really, really strong 5-minute candle, slight wick higher, failed the entire thing. I'm interested that we're getting this low of volatility. Well, this much volatility while VIX is as low as it is, down at 16s. Someone mentioned something about the dollar earlier. I just remembered that. If you're still here, throw it back in. Because I know it's way up by the giveaway thing. So if you're the one that said it, mention it again real quick. See you, Dev. I'm interested in ES long. Yeah, Jeremy, I can see it. If you're, let's say you got in around 50 through 8 to 10 point stop on, I like that. This gold trade was beautiful. Where'd you get in at, Freeman? Because I know you were mentioning wanting the long gold. I'm just trying to see if you got in up here and it's been hell, or if you got in like down here around 85s. I was out at 29 with the rounded defended bottom. You had out down here, down here, Blink. Yo, can you put it back in chat for me? If you remember exactly what the question was. How does it impact the futures market? Typically what you're going to see with the dollar is you get more of a negative correlation with the overall indices. So when the dollar's stronger, and it doesn't have to happen all the time. It's not going to happen all the time. Correlations don't sit every single day, all day. But typically you get a negative correlation. As the dollar grows stronger, the indices grow weaker. And then as the dollar grows weaker, the indices grow stronger. So that's just how I use it as a correlation for it. Yep. It's the same thing with oil. If we get back into, all right, the war's fully on, I pay attention to oil a lot because when oil is stronger, the indices are typically weaker. So there's names you can look at that provide a negative correlation across the market to the indices. AXP, I was about to ask you what the hell a lunchbox is, but lunch zone makes a lot more sense. 8.5, another couple units at 8.8. Oh yeah, didn't you say you accidentally sized more than you wanted to a little bit? 8.8, nice. You're up a little 6 points. Dollar pushing lower at the moment. We'll see if the indies can pick up momentum. I've been really interested in the market around like 10 p.m. lately. Should we go long? You do you. I'm not in anything at the moment. NQ's retesting yesterday's lows. If you went long near the hold of, let's say, 29,000 on NQ and yesterday's lows on ES around that 550s, I think there's a solid risk to reward. But I'm not going to long into yesterday's lows as we're retesting it because of we could easily pull back. So I need a lot more price action for me to get into something at this point. Interesting, Blink. AXP, that is interesting because you likely saw an IV increased as well. Yeet long here, 5 max contracts on NQ. Let's go. Brother, do you want to see me get absolutely liquidated? My problem too is if I did something like that, my stop on the trade would be the max drawdown, which is $2,000. And I would have to be capped at 1,500 profit. So I would never max yeet on something with a consistency rule. I would yeet on something without it. Like if I had a pro account, yeah. But I'm not doing it on a flex account where I get capped out at 1,500. You don't even sit down and look at charts still at 839 now. It makes sense. It's toasted. It does. Market to me, obviously right now, if you were short today, it's been favorable. I think we saw one update in the past 2 weeks as well, but a majority of the days have been more so this kind of range-ish action. And it's just, that does not fit any way I like to trade whatsoever. And I don't do overly well in those conditions unless I'm just looking to fade the range. And we've been getting that a lot during the stream, so I just haven't been trading insanely well. So it has been my favorite time slot lately. No cap, nobody succeeded without breaking the rules. All right, Blink. I'm not yeeting. Yeah, toasted. I love the 4-hour close. Because usually you get enough price action in there to get a broader conviction just on what the session's doing. Tomorrow is OPEX. Yeah, XP. Chat, at the moment, if we get above yesterday's lows, I think we could easily start to try to push back higher. And we might get over that 120s on NQ. Bro, I just need a 500-point candle. I mean, if Trump's talking, that's not out of the question. That's not out of the realm of possibilities. XP, that was a 10% candle. Have you traded tonight? Yeah, CJ. I'm just ripping evals tonight. And I took stabs at yesterday's lows on NQ here, where we got this little bit of a rally and then stopped out. So I put those evals to the side and I jumped on a new eval if I took a trade. I lost like 500 on those evals. NQ's picking up some strength. Yeah, if it gets above 120s, I think you have a lot of potential for a shorter term low on NQ. It looks a lot better than ES actually on the hourly because it has that a lot lower of a wick. ES obviously held yesterday's low, spiked the lows, starting to push back higher. Risk to reward definitely favors the upside at the moment, but it's just how far do we go? I think there is potential if we get over that 120s to move back up towards the open. And if we get above the open, you have room. Upwards towards this general area, like 320 to like 400 would not be crazy throughout the overnight. If I saw that in the morning, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. Have a good weekend, Ollie. Yeah, I'm hopping off in a minute or two. Till the flash jumps again, it depends what Trump says. But if Trump's actually talking right now, I don't plan on taking any trades. So I'll see y'all on Allen stream, most likely. So I might go ahead and just call it a night. Call it a weekend, because y'all know I already said I don't plan to trade tomorrow at all. Just because I'm not loving the price action that we've been getting. And I think I might just go ahead and call it. Because I can see myself wanting to stab long, and I just really don't have interest in putting more risk on at the moment. I need a little bit more structure for me to really want to do anything. So it'd be a lot of waiting in general for me. Where are you going? Off stream, brother. Appreciate you, Toasted. It means a lot. But with that though, chat, I think I'm going to call it a week. But y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys Sunday. Jake obviously opens the market Sundays at 5:30. Hopefully next week we get at least more favorable price action for me in this time slot. Today's favorable. I was just looking for the broader hold. Held a little bit, didn't hold enough. Couldn't get over 120s. That's going to be my level for NQ. If we get over 120s, I think we can start trending back to the upside. But we need to hold yesterday's lows. ES, same thing. Needs to hold yesterday's lows. Needs to get over this 55 to 60 area. We get back over that, we can trend right back to the open without a problem. So we'll see what the rest of the market does. I don't have a whole lot of interest right this second, just because I can kind of paint pictures either way at the moment. Give me a little more price action to set up, and those are the areas I'll be paying attention to for potential trades throughout the overnight. But protect your IP address. I will, Blink, don't you worry. But y'all have a great weekend. Alan streams 1 a.m. Eastern. I will be back Sunday. So I'll talk to you guys later.